Change is everywhere. Inventions, innovations, gadgets, the internet. Science and technology is redefining the way we live. Rappler brings you the frontline news on this brave new world. Hi, I'm Paterno Wes Makel, sitting in for Matthew Ang. For our top story, an unmanned cargo ship headed for the International Space Station crashes back to Earth. A study shows 42% of people on Tinder aren't single. And social media mentions show disappointment and bitterness in defeat dominate after the Mayweather versus Pacquiao fight. An unmanned cargo resupply ship headed for the International Space Station fell back to Earth May 8. The European Space Agency said there was no need to head for shelter, with the likelihood of re-entry over North America or Europe very small. ESA officials add chances of being struck by lightning is higher. The resupply ship used by the Russian Space Agency to send food and supplies to the space station went incomunicado soon after it launched April 28. A video from NASA TV showed the module spinning wildly around the planet. And as predicted, the spacecraft burned up Friday, May 8, in the early hours of the morning Moscow time, evening in the United States, and morning May 9 in Manila. The Russian Space Agency had predicted only a few small pieces survived the re-entry. The Progress is designed to mostly incinerate during its descent. Automotive company Tesla CEO Elon Musk announces there are 38,000 reservations for its Powerball.
What I'm going to talk about tonight is about a fundamental transformation of how the world works.
The Powerball is Tesla's solar-powered home battery designed to render costly generators obsolete. Powerball is automated, compact, and simple to install. Tesla also got 2,500 reservations for the industrial-grade variant PowerPac. Those are strong numbers for Tesla's latest venture. But some customers will have to wait longer. Musk says, quote, "We're basically sold out for the first half of next year." Let the guessing games begin for Android's next iteration. The operating system is known for using dessert names for its updates, its current being Lollipop. First Post reports Google just disclosed the schedule for its I/O event to be held in the latter part of May, and seems like Android M will be at the show. Some already started thinking of probable names: yearly favorites, muffin, mud pie, and meringue. What do you think? What sweet name will Google release for Android M? Is Spotify planning to go video? A report from the Wall Street Journal says the music streaming service is in discussions with several digital media players about potential partnerships, including those who create content for YouTube. There are talks about Spotify looking into co-creating an original video series. The report adds, insiders say Spotify could announce its video plans as early as May. Spotify will hold the media event on May 20 in New York, but provided no further details. More on music, smartphone app Shazam sure can detect songs, but the massive data it amassed over the years is being put to greater use to predict future hits. In a talk at the Strada Hadoop Big Data Conference, Shazam's Kate O'Riordan says her company can predict nearly every successful pop song ahead of time.
With relative accuracy, we can predict 33 days out what song will go to #1 in the Billboard charts in the US.
Shazam has 100 million users worldwide who use it about 20 million times a day. O'Riordan says from the data, Shazam finds out not only what the most popular songs are, but also monitors the life cycle of a chart topper. Trying to find the love of your life on Tinder? Think again. A study says almost half of Tinder users are lying about their dating profile. A study by the Global Web Index shows 42% of people using Tinder are already married or are in relationships, and many of them are men. In a report on Wired, Tinder shoots back, saying the firm behind the study is, quote, "making guesses without having any access to real data on their millions of users worldwide." Tinder adds the single largest age group is 18 to 24, with the UK's Office of National Statistics saying more than 93% have never been married. But there's still no denying plenty of people in relationships are indeed using the app. In fact, former Tinder CEO Sean Rad once said, Tinder wasn't so much a dating app as a social discovery app. Filipino boxer Manny Pacquiao's defeat at the hands of Floyd Mayweather Jr. triggered disbelief and rage from social media platforms worldwide. Social media tracking company Radiant Success, a remarkable 65.2% of mentions were negative reactions, indisputably dominating the positive. Ironically, Mayweather's very own country produced a whopping 37% of negative mentions, followed by the United Kingdom and Canada with 3.1% and 3% respectively. Several Pacquiao fans expressed their disappointment on Twitter, while others were more concerned with the way he accepted defeat. While Mayweather generated more buzz, it wasn't necessarily in his favor. His triumph over Pacquiao led to jeers from the live audience and even more ridicule on social media. While his supporters continued to defend him, many questioned the unanimous decision and criticized his performance, describing it as boring. A Sudoku puzzle solver has just been posted on Facebook, and it's been shared nearly 15,000 times and had more than 42,000 likes. Why the buzz? It was posted by Singapore's Prime Minister Lee Hsien Loong. It's not so well known outside of Singapore. The 63-year-old Lee is a first-class mathematics graduate from the University of Cambridge in Britain. Lee describes the program as pretty basic. He posts a link containing the full printout of the code and invites readers to tell him if there are bugs. We're now at the Museo Pambata, the Philippines' first interactive museum. For more than 20 years, Museo Pambata puts fun in learning with hands-on exhibits. The museum is home to a wide array of concepts from art to science, encouraging kids to discover how things work.
Museo Pambata is a children's museum. It's an interactive, we call it a discovery museum, which means that children can, unlike any other museums where you cannot touch any of the exhibits or the artworks, here in Museo you can do anything with it. You can touch it, you can feel it, you can smell it, you can even sometimes bite into it if you want. Museo Pambata has different theme rooms that is also being tackled in school. So these are the different subjects in school. No? So we have history, we have environment, we have science, we have body works, and then we have career options, and then we have the marketplace and the children in the global village.
It's summer, and it's time to hit the beach. But along with the sand, sea, and surf, the sting of a jellyfish could sabotage your summer vacation. The U.S. National Science Foundation says about 20 to 40 people die from box jellyfish stings every year in the Philippines alone. How can this harmless-looking creature be so deadly? A minuscule amount of its venom is enough to paralyze a human being. Box jellyfish have tentacles covered in tiny biological booby traps known as nidocysts, containing a tiny dart and a load of poison. Once the dart pierces the skin, the nidocyst shoots the toxin through the needle and into the victim. The toxin then enters the blood, where it can cause a dangerous spike in blood pressure, stop the heart, and kill the victim. If you are stung, seek medical help immediately. Soak the affected area with vinegar until medical help is available. Be careful not to stop blood flow. The fingers and toes should always stay pink. This will help to slow down the spread of the toxin. We all know of the fictional schoolboy who was bitten by a spider and got super strength. But life can be stranger than fiction. These real-life spiders got sprayed by humans and spun super strong spider webs. Researchers sprayed a group of spiders with a mixture of water, carbon nanotubes, and graphene, then measured the strength of the silk they produce. Graphene is about 100 times stronger than steel by weight and conducts heat and electricity with great efficiency. It turns out the silk produced by the spiders is stronger than Kevlar. Marvel creator Stan Lee hatches a plan to produce new superheroes, this time not in comics, but in YouTube.
We are now looking for the next generation of superhero stars. And you know something? That's where you come in. I'm joining forces with YouTube Spaces worldwide to celebrate the superhero genre.
The Next Web reports YouTube and Lee are running a series of events bringing YouTube creators into YouTube Spaces around the world to develop new concepts. They'll be able to use specially created sets, including a secret lair, a science lab, and a weapons locker to film their ideas. Stunt coordinators, visual effects experts, and costume designers will be working with the chosen YouTube creators, 12 of whom will receive a script consultation with Lee himself. Results will go live between mid-June and the end of July on Lee's World of Heroes channel and the official YouTube Spaces account. And before we go, here's a photo of May 5 solar flare. And to give you an idea of how big it was, compare that to the size of the Earth, shown here to scale in an Instagram post by NASA. Solar flares are powerful bursts of radiation. NASA says harmful radiation from a flare cannot pass through Earth's atmosphere to harm humans, but when intense enough, can disturb the atmosphere where GPS and communication signals travel. And that's SciTech4u, a fun rundown of the nerdiest, smartest science and technology events and breakthroughs on the planet. This is Paterno S. Makel. Join us next week.